have to start my short presentation with the history of this research. So in 2013, when I was still teaching, and I was presenting the various interpretation of the figurine set that you're going to see in a moment, a mature student questioned one of the interpretations. That was Emma, my co-author, who had experienced many years of failing to become a mum. I took on board her view and we came up with an alternative explanation that we have published in 2014. This paper went largely unnoticed, with the occasional nod by some of the archaeologists who deal with figurines, and probably that was the result of the fact that that article was published in a Romanian journal. And in 2020, in an edited volume published by the German Archaeological Institute, a scathing attack was mounted on our basic premise by two Romanian male archaeologists, accusing us of pseudo-scientific massacre, and the conclusions that we reached as low as some small talks in a coffee shop. I don't need to read, you can see yourself on the screen. That's quotes from their article. Now going to the topic of this presentation. You're all aware of the widely held view that prehistoric figurines are mother goddesses, and they're also related to fertility and fecundity. And while such links are in the sphere of the symbolic, everybody is perfectly happy. But when the practicalities of becoming mother and fertility are taken head on, then that, as you have seen, turns into pseudoscience. So what are the figurine sets that have caused the wrath of the two patriarchal archaeologists? Both are related to the Cucuteni group, known from the 5th to 4th millennium BC in present-day Romania. The first was found at the Tell of Podor, which is the color photo, and consists of 21 figurines, 13 chairs, and some small objects as well. And it is affectionately called the Council of Goddesses. So I don't need to explain any further what is its interpretation. The second one, which is the black and white photo, is found in the flat side of Isaiah, and it has 21 figurines, 30 chairs, and a little bit more of ritual paraphernalia. And by implication, it has the same divine interpretation. And what upset this blissful picture is the Romanian medical doctor, Romeo Dumitrescu, who had a long-term interest in the Cucuteni group and had sponsored the excavation in Podor. Stemming from his medical knowledge, he offered a reinterpretation of the Podor set, suggesting that they are fertility kits. In this diagram, he postulated 21 days of menstrual cycle and arranged the figurines to match such a cycle. His basic idea is that the largest figurines coincide with the actual menstrual period. Thereafter follows the best time to get pregnant. And after that, the smaller the figurine, the less is the chance to fall pregnant. The chairs are associated with the first 13 days of the 21-day cycle. Going back to the theme of this workshop and feminism, one of the key notions of feminist thinking is a standpoint view. So, from Emma's standpoint, Dumitrescu's suggestion had merit, but it was addressing the wrong matter. From where she stood, the sets were not fertility, but infertility aids. Our reinterpretation is based on a more medically accurate fact of 28-day cycle, where the first 7 days are indeed the actual menstrual period. It is only after that the 21 figurines have a role to play as educational or causal devices. From day 8 to the ovulation stage, the figurines increase in size, and the 4 days best for conception are indicated by the figurines with open legs. From the 16th day onwards, the chairs indicate rest and keeping relaxed as recommended by modern fertility clinics. So we think that our suggestion is as much credibility as any other offered explanation. The sets are rather unique, just two, and therefore tend to use which is not necessarily happening every day on a regular basis. Were they to be mother goddesses, as everybody believes, or fertility aids, as Dumitrescu suggests, then it was reasonable to expect that we have more of this, and we don't. And yet, the fate of our interpretation has been first total disregard, and later a subject of vitriolic critique. So we can only conclude from that the nitty-gritty issues of fertility, infertility, and becoming a mother has actually no place in archaeological interpretations, while symbolism, on the other hand, is very widely embraced by both male and female archaeologists. Thank you for your attention.